All right, today I was working with some students who are starting out. They're young, but I've learned that a lot of the things that we do to try to be really cool with our scales and things of that nature, we can use to help people who are younger with their hands as well and get their fingers, I guess, conditioned for playing guitar, you could call it. Because trying to get your fingers in this shape kind of take a bit of work. But what I did this morning with a student was trying to get her to be able to play chords like this, but she's only 8, so very, very young and hard to get these stretches and things like that in. So what I did was I said, hey, why don't we try this? So if you're young, you can try this. If you're older, you can try it, but be careful and don't do it too much. Basically, you can take finger. I like to start down here because the frets are skinnier, and what we're going to do is teach our hand to build up some dexterity and things of that nature. We'll do a little riff at the end too. I'll play a little riff and show you guys a solo of something, a song or something. Maybe, I don't know, the solo start of You Shook Me. Do something like that. But this is a great exercise to kind of, you muddling about with your guitar. Take finger 1 on fret 9 and then get to try it. For me, I try to get to like I'm trying to get to like 15, 17. So, and then what I'm doing is, for me, because I've already done a lot of these, I'm trying to get and notice it makes your hand be in the right shape. Usually when I give people this exercise, the wrist is way over here and they're trying to, you can't because your finger's down here. So you have to kind of learn to pivot with your thumb on the back. And usually when I show people this exercise, they go like this and bring their wrist up. It's just a matter of kind of letting your thumb swivel on the back of the neck for different shapes. Obviously, if I got to get up here, I can't have my hand way back here because now my finger is down here. But if I swivel up this way and then try to get finger 1 on, that seems to be a really good position for hands on a guitar when we're doing this exercise. There are a lot of times when we're this way too, when I'm like barring a chord and trying to get. A lot of times where I'm grabbing the whole neck. A lot of times where I'm playing like this because I gotta get fast. So there I need to keep keeping my wrists more down this way because I gotta get these. So many different positions on the guitar with your left hand to try to adapt and get all these tricks. I always let my students know we got to learn a lot of tricks that people don't really know about, that they see, they see somebody playing guitar. They're not really seeing this stuff happening. They're more listening to the music and that. But I always say, there's other crafts you could take up, like, a dangerous one would be like maybe trying to go skiing and do all those flips in the air and that. Well, if you do something wrong there, you get hurt. At least with music, you can't really get hurt, but you could get hurt doing this stretching exercise. So be careful. And I was taught this from a teacher. So my teacher, Mr. Pete. And so we start here at fret 9, and I'm going to try to go, for you guys, if you haven't done it before, maybe go just 4 frets or 5 frets apart. So I'll do that one. I'll start here on 9. And then I'm going to put my pinky down on fret 13. And I'm going to leave it there while I bring this other finger down. Now I got both of them still on, and I got to make this string sound good. Then I'm going to bring this one down, leaving finger 1 on. Then I'm going to go down to the next string, leaving that one on. They're all being brought down in the same fret. And the next string, and then the next string. It's not going to sound like anything. It's just a stretching exercise, right? So it's like. Actually, it sounded like something, so I lucked out there. I could maybe miss one of these strings and get something out of this. Just to mess about, trying to find something neat to experiment with and be creative. It might not sound great. It might sound great. Who knows? That's what art's all about, right? Trying to find things. So it's all good. So I did notice one of these strings didn't work with all this. Maybe I did something like, so that's a good exercise anyway. Maybe you want to go a fret further after that. Maybe you want to go a fret further if you get that. Again, not too much. So, excuse me. No, I'm okay. Everything's fine. What you want to do is when you're working that hard, take your hand and put it on your leg a little bit and just stretch it, your tendons a little bit. Just your tendons here, but don't. I've showed some people that right away they're doing no, nice and slow. Just bring it up a bit. Put a little bit of pressure there and try to get it so that you're taking tension out of here. This isn't a good way to do it because I feel I'm hurting my shoulders. So make sure you're standing up, and I have a desk here, so my hand's literally on the desk. And then I keep my wrist straight. And I was taught this too for stretching our tendons here, all our tendons. So we don't wreck them, just like a racer, right? Or a jogger or a skier or whatever you're doing. So I'm actually putting my hand on a desk here, flat, and then I'm just pushing a little bit, right? So you don't hurt your hand or your tendons at all. Yeah. So lots to think about, lots to learn on the guitar. So that was only from there to there. That's about as far as I'm going to get. But that's all I care about. I don't need to be that much more crazier than that. So that way now, if you were trying to do a chord like this or an E minor and you had a really hard time with these two fingers, I bet you could do it after just doing a little bit of that. Maybe like 5 minutes. 5 minutes of trying to do that exercise. And you'll have no problem getting, and make sure when you play an E minor, your hand's back here like this, and these two fingers are on the bottom, because that's an E minor 7. It's a great way to change to a G, because basically all you have to do is bring finger 2 up to there, and then back. So very cool stuff to try, and lots of other tricks to help you get through these troubled areas where we can't seem to make our chord change, and it's not sounding like it's flowing and things of that nature. All right, so if you've watched any of my YouTube videos in regards to improv work, we talked a lot about blues scales. For You Shook Me All Night Long, the solo is going to start in this G blues scale. So it's a very cool scale. There's lots of things we can do with it. In this song, what they did was, what Angus Young did on the solo was he took finger 1 and pressed both on strings 1 and 2. We took fingers 2 and 3, and 2 and 3 are on string 3. Finger 2's on string 3, fret 4. If you can't see that, I'll try to make it so you can. And finger 3's on string 3, fret 5, and we're bending up. It's kind of cool when you're doing lessons online. You get to see all these funny faces you make trying to do a bend. Because you are bending up steel, so it's a little bit of work. So I get that, and then we're going to pick 1 and then 2. Then we go to string 3, fret 5, so we get this. So that was a. So that whole thing is like. So the next part slides up and does all that stuff. So starting from the top again. Then we got a slide. When we get to there's a bit of a move. Then we slide to 13. I would practice just working that first part if you haven't soloed before. And then we'll go through the rest of it on the next tutorial that I do. But yeah, the start. Yeah, that's a whole other part. I haven't played it in a while, but I can get through it pretty fast. So we got the. And then it ends. All right, guys, so I hope that helps you a little bit more with some guitar stuff. I am doing lessons on Skype too, private one-on-ones if you're interested in just getting your own one-on-one class. I hope that helps you, and stay safe out there and work together with each other in these times, and try not to be opinionated on everybody. We all have our own thoughts about what's going on. So, yeah, that's all I got to say. All right, be safe. Talk soon.